Well, hello there. Anyway, I did want to introduce myself. I've talked to you a bit, but you share everything about yourself. I share very little. So I am an Aspie. I did not know that I was an Aspie initially. And so I just felt I was this loner person and didn't understand why I didn't fit in with other people. And it was life. It kind of made a really awful life for me, not understanding. And it was really, really actually helpful was going to an Asperger support meeting where I met other Aspies. Now, I was very fortunate because there were a few social Aspies among the typical Aspies who are very quiet and shy and hard to relate to. Now, I suppose if I would have run into you, maybe you were quiet and shy and I wouldn't have really known, nobody knew you, but you were this. But you have a lot to offer. I love what you have to offer. I love your music, and I was talking to LaDawn about how she was able to be so successful in her social interactions, and she shared with me that she sort of just saw how other people act socially and copied phrases that they use, and just basically being able to just learn from other people, kind of like a primate does. I mean, it's still her. She's still saying what she wants to say, and she is the person she is. She's just much better at communicating. And think of it as a 2-year-old. Everything we learn is just what we heard other people say. It sort of affects the person we are. But what's even better, though, as an adult, you can choose who you are. You don't have to be like your parents. You could be exactly who you want to be. The whole point is that I really didn't know how to be a friend. I didn't know how to be friendly. I at some point realized that, hey, I don't have any friends. I'm going to reach out to other people who are my friends and try to be that. But I want you to be able to be successful with your friendships. I mean, okay, it's one thing to face your demons, but how about facing your demons with the support of people who really want you to succeed? And I mean, one of the things that makes me unique is I have learned all the amazing people who can do anything. I can do anything I want to do because I know the person who's good at that. And so I have all these resources. In fact, one of the things I did was there was a guy who was a really smart guy, had a master's degree, had no social skills at all. He's an Aspie, but he was also a savant Aspie who can do amazing probabilities in his head. And the FBI wanted to hire him. So I had to help him get that job with the FBI by helping him get cleared with that. It's been very difficult for me, though, because I've had a reverse thing, having people who have these amazing skills, they are oftentimes exploited. And then the other thing, too, is if you ever try to expose that, of course, you end up being a target yourself. So, anyway, without that being said, which I shouldn't have said, I want you to succeed. And I want you to have friends and people on the spectrum who can actually help you with social interactions, being able to connect with people, that help you with your career, people who can actually help you, find other musicians to help people who can help produce your videos, things like that. I have so many resources, and I'm willing to help. And if ever there's a power outage in a whole city, I'd be the person to call. My gosh, is that a lot of generators? Well, anyway, anyway, I just wanted to, one just started up randomly by itself. I know there's a reason for this, though. Anyway, we'll talk later on.